Welcome back. Again, my name is Amanda Truesdale. In an earlier video, we spoke about what tools you'll need to use as a network infrastructure technician. So in this video, we're going to show you how to tone and how to trace a Ethernet cord back to the source. And it'll be a hypothetical situation, but it will show you how to use your tools. Here are the tools that we'll need to tone and test a Ethernet line. Here is your tone generator. We talked about it before. And you will notice on your tone generator you have these two things. These are called alligator clips. Why they're alligator clips? Maybe they look like a little bit like an alligator, I guess. And then you'll notice that this also has something similar to a RJ45 on the end of it as well. And so we will use all three of these items to tone a line. And here is your one, which allows you to hear the tone that the tone generator is making. And you'll see you have your power, you have your volume, and then you have a little handy light on this one. And on your tone generator, you'll notice you have your power. You'll see that it comes on. And you have a battery indicator down there. And then this tells you if you want to tone or if you want to test a line. And also, this allows you to change the different types of tone that you can use. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's act as if we are in a business setting and a customer is having a problem with the PC. And we're going to act like we have just pulled this out of their PC and we need to trace this cable back to the network room to the switch, which gives it a network signal. So we'll go ahead and grab our tone generator. And this device here, if you'll notice, it has nowhere for me to plug in a RJ45 plug. Nowhere. So, a trick of the trade, a gentleman who trained me taught me how to use a insert and how to put one pair of wires, punch it down in there, and then use it to generate a tone, and it makes a much louder tone. If you had the situation where this was in a wall, then you would be able to use this and plug it in there to generate a tone. But for these purposes, this is how I use my tool. All right, and this alligator clip, if you look at it, it actually has some teeth in here. And then this little thing here has some teeth embedded in it as well. So you're going to take your first wire, put it on those teeth, and give it a little push. Because this that you see, this orange, this is a cover that actually covers a very small wire inside of there. So that's why they made the alligator teeth to go through that cover, and it actually penetrates into the wire that's there. All right, so that's our tone generator. So we're going to go ahead and turn our wand on, which allows us to hear the tone. And immediately you can hear that it's throwing a tone. And I like, that's the second tone. That's the third tone. You just keep changing. This is a tone that I like to use because it's very recognizable and you won't confuse it with any other tones that the wires for, say, a sound system or some other device throws off. But okay, so now if you would touch your wire that you just took out of the PC, you would see that your wire is generating that tone. And I like to take my hand off of it to make sure I hear it, because sometimes the tone can, your body will act as a conduit and throw the tone back to your other hand. So you have to make sure that the wire itself is generating a tone. So we'll act like we have just walked into the network room and it's a switch and it has probably 20, 30 wires that looks like this. We put our toner on every wire and we have found the one that's making the loudest sound, which is this one. So, all right, so we've taken it out of the switch because we've located it. Now we want to test this line. It went from the PC up through the ceiling, and then it came back to the network room. We want to test this entire line and see if all the pairs in it are good. And when I say pairs, I was telling you before, in an Ethernet cable, you have 4 pairs. We're going to go ahead and turn off our toner so we don't run down our battery now that we've located that device. I meant that cable. And I was telling you that each network cable, which is this is the same thing, but it doesn't have this RJ45 crimped on it yet. It has 4 pairs. This is a pair. This is the blue pair. This is the green pair. This is the brown pair, and this is the orange pair. And if you'll notice on the orange pair, I've already taken this loose, taken the pair loose into single lines. And that's what I used on that little alligator clips. I just took this apart and I used that. All right, so we're going to take out our tester now. Let's go ahead and turn off our other one so we don't run that battery down. And when you get ready to use it, you'll be like, oh my God, it's dead. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn on our line tester. And you'll notice, if I hit it again, it'll turn the backlight on. You'll notice right away it says open when I hit the tester. And it's telling me that this is open. It has nothing on it. And nothing is connected to it. And it's looking for the 8 lines that are within there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this loose. I told you before that this comes out. And you'll notice it has the RJ45 and RJ12 or RJ11 as well as this. So you could use this piece or this piece at the network rack. I like to use this piece because when I get to the other end, I need to see if it's working or not. So if I would take this and leave it in the network room, when I got back to the other end, which is at the PC where we initially started, and I would put the wire in, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was good or not. So I always leave this piece. This is the first piece that I use, okay? So we'll go ahead and get that in. And then we're going to have this piece that gives us the reading. It's going to be the second piece that I use because I need to see the reading of this. So this is the button that you use to generate the test. And so I'll see if I can get a little closer. That button right there with those 3 little things. 1 on top and 2 on the bottom, right there. And so if you look at this, you'll see that it read all 8 of the wires. Remember, it's 2 wires per pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. It read all 8 of the wires that are in this Ethernet cable. And it said on this end, it's telling me this is the top, this is the bottom, this is one end, this is the other end that's at the network room. It says that in this end, 1 equals 1 on the other end. This is the slot that is in on that RJ45. So the first little slot is 1, the second slot is 2, the third slot is 3, and all the way till you get to the 8th wire. But it's telling me that on this end, it matches on the other end that's at the PC. The PC end matches the end that's in the network room. And then it's telling me that it passed because everything matched. Now, if I had put a wire in the wrong place, like let's just say I put number 1 wire at number 8, it would show me that. And then if this line had been broken somewhere in the ceiling, let's say someone came in and did construction and maybe they cut one or 2 of the wires, it would show me that it was broken. We'll try to produce something like that for you guys later. But at this time, we have verified that this cable has passed the cable test. So therefore, the problem is not in the cable. It must be the PC, or it must be the port that's on the switch. It's something else other than this network cable because it passed. And that's your job to figure out. This is what we call the infrastructure that makes stores and homes run. So we have figured out that this is a good line. So that's the end of this particular tutorial, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening.